There are 6 unbeaten teams left in college football after week 8, so let's rank them. At 6, we have Navy. Now, this is nothing against Navy. I would love to see the Midshipmen be a top team, but they're a group of 5 school. They really haven't faced anybody yet. But the Midshipmen do have Notre Dame, followed by USF here in just a couple of weeks, so be a really good shot for Navy to prove if they are legit. At 5, we have BYU, and BYU does have one really good win last week against Utah, but this BYU team is super one-dimensional. Bear Bachmeier is not the best thrower. He's a quarterback draw type of quarterback, and I just don't think that they would beat some of these top 4 teams here. At 4, we got Georgia Tech. Now, similar to BYU in how they play, but Haynes King has shown that he can throw the ball. He just likes to run it. Haynes King and Georgia Tech are just a little bit more two-dimensional than BYU is. They can throw the ball with their quarterback. They can run the ball with their quarterback. Now, Georgia Tech has a big win against Duke last week in a game that I said Georgia Tech would win. I really don't see the Yellow Jackets losing any of their remaining conference games. Now, they will play Georgia in the last week of the season, and we will have a very clear picture of how good Georgia Tech is. 3, we have Indiana. Now, Indiana has a couple of really big wins on the year. They have Oregon, where they beat 30-20 in Autzen. Indiana beat Illinois 63-10, but I am really hesitant to call that a really good game, mainly because Illinois' 7 of their top 8 DBs were out that game. They did not play, and that's going to make a huge difference. I mean, what team is going to be able to compete when 7 of their top 8 DBs are out? We're talking walk-ons that are getting significant playing time now. Indiana should win out and face off against Ohio State in the conference championship game, so we'll get a really good picture then of how good Indiana is. At 2, we have Texas A&M. Now, Marcel Reed and Texas A&M have looked really, really good all season. A&M has a big win against Notre Dame. They have a big win against Auburn, who has shown that they can hang with teams, they just can't finish games. And then they have a big win against Mississippi State. Mississippi State has looked like a pretty good football team at times, beating Arizona State 24-20. A&M has beaten every test that has been thrown their way. And then at 1, we have Ohio State. Now, Ohio State doesn't necessarily have any big wins yet, but they really haven't played anybody. But their offense and their defense are both looking really good. I mean, we're used to seeing Ohio State have really good defenses, and Julian Sayin is carrying that torch. He's playing really, really good football right now. Ohio State's defense is only allowing 5.8 points per game. That is elite right there. That is an elite defense, and you couple that with the Ohio State offense, and this is the #1 team in the country, definitely the #1 of the undefeated teams in the country. I don't see Ohio State losing a game for the rest of the year in conference play, in the conference championship game, in the playoffs. I think Ohio State is winning the national championship. But let me know where you rank the undefeated teams. If you think I got these wrong, if you think Indiana is higher, a lot of people do. If you think Navy should be higher, drop your rankings down in the comments.